Welcome students. Today we will move to exercise 4.4, the word problem related to decimals. Okay, so exercise 4.4, first question, all of you read that. Isha traveled 2.15 kilometer by walking, 5.75 kilometer by a bus, and then 30.25 kilometer by a local train. Find the total distance traveled in meters. Okay, so here we have to find the total distance traveled. So what we have to do to find the total distance, we have to add 3. The distance traveled in bus, the distance traveled in train, as well as the distance covered by walking. These 3 we have to add. Then that answer we will get in kilometer, that we have to convert into meter. How to convert kilometer into meter? Multiply by 1000. So first you have to frame the statement. Okay, so what will be the first statement that we can write? The distance covered by walking. That is given as 2.15 kilometer. Now the second statement, how we can write? The distance covered by bus. How much is the distance covered by bus? 5.75 kilometer. Then next, distance covered by local train. How much it is given? It is given as 30.25 kilometer. 30.25 kilometer. Now, what we have to find out? The total distance covered. Therefore, the total distance covered. How we can find out? We have to add all these 3. So that will be equal to 2.15 kilometer plus 5.75 kilometer plus 30.25 kilometer. Add that 3 and find out the answer. So that's equal to you will get that as 38.15 kilometer. Now we have to express that in meter, isn't it? How to convert kilometer into meter? Multiply by 1000. So this will be equal to 38.15 into 1000 meter. That's equal to 38,150 meters. That is the distance covered. Next we will move to fifth question from the same exercise. The distance between two stations is 35.75 kilometer. Manju covered 4.5 kilometer by walking and 15.650 kilometer by bus. How many kilometers of the journey remain to be completed? So how we can solve? First we have to find out the distance covered by walking and by bus. So these two you have to add, 4.5 kilometer and 15.650 kilometer. That both you have to add first. So you will get the distance covered by Manju. Then what you have to do? The total distance between two stations are given as 35.75 kilometers. So how many kilometers of the journey remain to be completed? How we can find out this? Sum you have to subtract from 35.75. So let us do. So first what we can write the statement. Distance between two stations. So it is given as 35.75 kilometer. Now distance covered by walking. Distance covered by walking. How much? 4.5 kilometer. Then next distance covered by bus. Next statement we can write as distance covered by bus. How much? It is given as 15.650 kilometer. Okay, now the total distance covered you have to find out. Next you have to find out the total distance covered. How we can find out the total distance covered? The distance traveled by walking as well as the distance covered by bus. Both you have to add. So that is equal to 4.5 kilometer plus 15.65 kilometer. So now add and find out the answer. So that's equal to, so you will get that as 20.15 kilometer. That distance already covered. Total distance, how much is given? It is total distance is given as 35.75 kilometers. So how we can find out the remaining journey from this total distance? This sum we have to subtract. So next what we can write as a statement? The journey remained to be completed. Journey remain to be completed. How to find out? Is equal to, from the total means 35.75 kilometer, 35.75 kilometer, from that the total journey, not total journey, the total distance covered, that you have to subtract. Okay, so minus 20.15 kilometer. Find the difference. So that you will get that as 15.6 kilometer. That much journey is remaining. Next we will do sixth question. All of you read that question. 1 meter of cloth cost rupees 375.50. Find the cost of 2.8 meter of cloth. How to do which operation? Cost of 1 meter is given. We have to find out the cost of 2.8 meter. Clearly multiplication. So frame the statement and do that question. So cost of 1 meter cloth is equal to, how much it is given? Rupees 375.50. Okay, now cost of 28 meter of cloth. How to find out? We have to multiply cost of 1 meter multiplied by 28. So rupees 375.5 multiplied by 28. So that's equal to, find the product. How to find out the product? Without a decimal point you have to multiply, and in the product you have to keep one decimal place, because here one decimal place is there. So after multiplication you will get the result as rupees 1051.4. Next we will do 8th question from the exercise. All of you read the question. A tin holds 16.5 liters of oil. How many such tins will be required to hold 313.5 liters of oil? So the capacity of one tin is given as 106, not 100, 16.5. 16.5 liters. Then how much is the total amount of that oil is given as 313.5. So how many tins required? Which operation we have to do here? Division. So this 313.5 we have to divide by 16.5. Frame the statements and do. So the capacity of a tin. Capacity of a tin. So that's equal to, it is given as 16.5 liters. Then number of tins required to hold 313.5 liters of oil. So that's equal to 313.5 divided by 16.5 will come. For division, there should not be any decimal point in the divisor. So here one decimal point is there that we have to remove first. Okay, so how we can remove this? We can write as 313.5 divided by 16.5, isn't it? So by multiplying both numerator and denominator by 10, we can remove that decimal point. So that will be equal to 3135 divided by 165. Now it is easy to divide for you. So divide and find out the answer. So that will be equal to 19. So 19 tins required to hold 313.5 liters of oil. The remaining questions from the exercise you can do by yourself. Same itself, the same model we already solved. So question number 2, 3, 4, 7 and 9 that you have to do. You try to do. If you are not getting, we will do in the Google Meet session. Thank you.